Hello and welcome to Cheetah TV. My name is Brian Badger from the Cheetah Conservation Fund. And in this series entitled Conservation Conversations, part of the conversation is always about the environment, or not only our environment, but the cheetah's ecosystem. And a very important part of that ecosystem are play trees. Now, the word play trees are bandied around a lot of the time, but not always fully understood. So I took advantage and I caught up with pretty much an expert on cheetah play trees. His name is Tim Hofmann, and he manages the Scat Detection Dog Program in Namibia and works very closely with the ecology team and is out in the bush pretty much all of the time. So I caught up with Tim and he explains all the ins and outs about play trees and where we find them, how we use them, or more importantly, how the cheetahs use them. So if you like the videos, don't forget to like and subscribe and share the videos. It really does help us grow. And as always, for more information, you can always visit our website at cheetah.org. Without further ado, let's go straight across to Namibia, where I caught up with Tim. So hi Tim, we're out on CCF reserve land. So this is kind of like the protected area, although it is open, but you brought me out to see a play tree. So can you explain to me what makes a play tree?
Yeah, of course, absolute pleasure. So we know that all the play trees usually have a few very distinct features that would make them different to the other trees found in the same area. One distinct feature, and probably the most important one, is the very large and low, heavily angled branch. So this gives the cheetahs the chance to climb up, and quite often they will actually defecate onto the tree. So it's sometimes quite easy to spot a play tree. You will drive on a road and you will find a tree with one of those branches, and you can sometimes even spot the scat from the road while even sitting in the car.
So how often would a cheetah typically visit a play tree? Is there any kind of a rhythm or reason for them to come here regularly?
There is, absolutely. So the play trees are sort of a spot where they can communicate. It's the pub, basically. Mm-hmm. That's where they all meet and exchange what's new. It depends a bit on the home range size, on the territory size, which is usually dependent on prey availability. But regularly, almost independent of how often that is, but regularly they will come to those trees and defecate. But it's interesting to know that in fact defecating is only the territorial male or the group of territorial males. We know that with cheetah, territories are often held by so-called coalitions, which is difficult to many other cats, where it's often the females that form groups. For cheetahs, it's the males. And of course, a group of young males, they can easier hold a territory than a lone male could do that. So the scat we will find at a play tree usually derives from that coalition or from that single territorial male. If we find other scat, it can often be seen as a challenge from a different male that wants to take over the territory.
So would a play tree ever be used as part of like the mating ritual type thing?
So with cheetahs, it's the female that has the wide home range. So she can visit several of those home ranges and decide which male she wants to mate with. And of course, these scent posts are very important. That's where they meet. That's where they will know there is a male around. And that's where also the males will know, oh, there is a female that is in heat. So the female, she will spray urine on those marking trees and around the area. So the male gets that message.
So when we're driving across the Namibian landscape, for instance, and we see what looks like a half fallen down tree, that can be the key to so many answers as far as cheetah conservation goes.
It can be, but it doesn't have to be. So part of my job is finding those trees. As once we have them, it is incredible because it allows us a long-term monitoring of the population, because they are actually used over generations. So they don't change. If we have the tree once, we can monitor the different territorial males over a longer period of time. So finding those is vital. But it's in fact not the tree that makes a perfect play tree, it's the territory itself. So more often do I look at trees where I'm like, that's impossible, that's the perfect play tree, but there's no scat on top. And that's usually because it's not within a home range. So the cheetah home ranges or the territories are organized with distance to another. The territorial males don't want to constantly meet, they want to have a distinct territory. So the territory is established and then they look for the ideal tree. It's not the other way around. It's not the tree that makes the territory.
So you can go across quite a vast landscape and almost see, you know, 10 identical trees that meet all the criteria, but the chances are you'll find evidence of cheetahs on very few of them.
Exactly. Unless you are in a core territory, then there's a good chance that all 10 of them are actually play trees. And it doesn't even need to be a tree. So if we are in an area where trees are scarce, it's either that almost all the trees you find are play trees, or cheetahs use different objects. It can be a termite mound, it can be a huge rock, it can be almost anything, as long as it's a distinct feature in the landscape. They want to be seen. So if you are in a landscape, just take a look around and ask yourself, if I would want everybody to know where I just did my business, where would I do it? And that's usually where we find a play tree.
So basically what we're looking at here is Facebook for cheetahs.
Exactly what it is.
Well, I hope you've learned lots about the fascinating world of cheetah play trees, how they're used, and how we take advantage of that to learn more about the fascinating cheetahs. There's loads more information about the ecology, the ecosystems, and our ecology work on our website, which is at cheetah.org. There you'll find lots of resources, everything from fact sheets all the way through to scientific papers. So head across there and it's all free, which is great. So if you like the videos, please like and subscribe. Stick some comments in below. So if you want us to make any more videos about any particular projects or subjects in and around the world of holistic conservation that CCF is so famous for, then please do that. So without, you know, until next time, thanks very much for watching. And from me, Brian Badger, and everyone at Cheetah TV, we'll see you again very, very soon. Thank you.